Okay, what's going on YouTube? On this 97 Ranger of mine, if you're having the same difficulty as I am, hey, no worries, this video is definitely for you. If you're trying to figure out on how to change out your windshield wiper sprayers, this is how you do it. Now this is actually my first time tearing into this because I've never replaced the sprayers on this truck. So they're the original sprayers. They look like this here when you pull them out, and the sprayers just quit freaking spraying. One of them would work, the other one wouldn't. This one here would work, this one wouldn't. It was clogged up. So I went down AutoZone, bought brand new sprayers for this vehicle. Went ahead and replaced this side. This side's actually a really pain in the butt because it may be easier for you to remove the windshield wiper motor out of the way just to gain better access. I didn't have to do that. I just yanked the crap out of the grommet here, pulled it down, removed the try to remove the sprayer, but the tabs on it broke. It's going to happen, especially if they're dry rotted. So I got the sprayer out, put the new one in, and just ran the hose back behind there again, and then just put it up in there. I don't even have the grommet in place yet. I just got it sitting there for right now because it's a major pain in the butt trying to get the grommet back in. But now on the passenger side, like I said, this is my first time tearing into it. I'm thinking, okay, maybe I can remove the ECU and maybe gain access under here. Nope, can't do that. So I was like, well, let me just go ahead and pull the bolts out. Maybe try to get this piece out. I cannot get it out. So I'm sure there's some type of hell of a sealant that's sitting, that's keeping that thing from coming out. So I was like, all right, so the next option, I'm just gonna pull the plate here, the 3 bolts. I believe they're 7/16 if I remember correctly. Yes, no, 7/32, 7/32 on your socket, or you can probably use the 5.5 in metric to get them out too. Either one will probably work. But pull the plate off, and if you're replacing the sprayers, it ain't gonna matter. Break them, whatever, to get them out. I'm actually gonna run a little bit longer hose for mine, just a little bit better access. The grommet that's supposed to go here is actually kind of a pain in the butt to get out. I had to use a pick, and in doing so I ended up breaking the hose along with it, and it's going to happen. So what I done is what I think a 14.5 foot vacuum line hose. It's gonna serve the same. It's gonna serve just as good for the sprayer. I mean, there's not really a whole crap ton of pressure on it, so it'll work. I'm just gonna run. I've ran it. I had to get access through here to run it back up. So if you can kind of see where it's routed up in there, it takes a little bit of finagling, but you can get it, and then eventually you can get it, and then you'll see it over there, and then you'll have to take a pick or something and then just kind of pick it up right up out the hole over there. But it'll look just like that there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fish this. Actually, you know what? Before I do that, I'm going to grab the new sprayer. I'm going to remove this piece here off of it because I don't need it. So I'm going to take some grease, and I'm just going to put on the end of the nozzle piece here, and hopefully that'll help slide it down into the hose a lot better. That made it a lot easier. So, and before I shove that back in there, I want to make sure that the hose is still sticking out of the hole over. Almost couldn't find it because it was sitting way back here because the hoses. But I'm gonna go ahead and stick my sprayer back into the hole. Just come on. should just plop right back down. It's not that hard to get back in. It just literally just snaps in place. Now, once I get the hose positioned right. Okay, so it's not sitting right, because apparently this is too long and it's bottoming out up there. It's always something. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to freaking modify it, and I'm going to cut it shorter. Then I'm going to stick the hose on there like it's supposed to be. Which anything that you get anymore, it's not going to be set exactly like factory. Not on these trucks, because everything on these trucks is half of the stuff that you try to get on for these trucks is already done discontinued. You can't get them. Ain't no need in trying to go to the dealership, because something that small right there is probably discontinued. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that off, just like so. Now, cutting it down, just press it in, and it's down. Also had to get new package of tees because it kept freaking leaking here because it was broke. Hose kept shooting off of it. There wasn't enough to hold it on. So I got this kit here, a whole bunch of tees. It was only a couple bucks. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put my ECU back in, because there was no needing for me to pull that out. The only reason I pulled this out was to maybe see about trying to make it easier access, and easier access didn't work. So yeah, we're just going to put the ECU back in. So if you ever do this job, do not remove the ECU unless this seal in here is already broken and you're able to pull it out. Then you might be able to get better access right there, but other than that, no. Just remove the plate over there, unbolt the 3 screws, and get to it that way. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put all this stuff back together. I'm just going to move my hoses and my lines and stuff out of the way, and bolt it back. And put my ground strap back in. There's that. And then I'll bolt that back in. Then my plate, which is right there, I'll just bolt the plate back in. So, yep. Okay, so I lied. You will have to remove that just to get to that bottom bolt, unless you can get it with a extension and swivel and stuff, but I'm sure you're probably going to be fighting with it. So it's just easier to get a 1/4 or 1/2 inch drive back there, get to the bolt, remove it, put it back in. So yeah, you'll have to remove that. But if you're good, then you won't have to remove it. If you got maybe a wrench or something, that might be able to go back there. But yeah. And of course, these 2 little nuts here are 11 millimeter. Oh, anyway, that's kind of pretty much how you replace the windshield wiper sprayers and stuff. I can't find the other nut that goes here, because I always lose it every damn time that I take that off. I go to set it somewhere and then I can't find it. Find the other 2 fine. It's just that one. So let's just see how the sprayers work. Much better. A lot better, a lot stronger. But anyway, they're back working. So if you do decide to do it, that's how you do it. And it's kind of a pain in the butt to do, but once you get it figured out and worked around, not too bad. But anyway, guys, I'm off here once again. All right, later, guys. Bye.